Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the presiding official, Brigadier General Otis C. Jones, Commander, 86th Airlift Wing, welcome to today's ceremony. This morning, Colonel William M. Wallace will pass command of the 65th Air Base Group to Colonel Brian L. Hardiman. Although time does not permit us to recognize all of today's guests, we would like to recognize some of our honored guests attending today's ceremony. Please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. Spouse of outgoing commander, Miss Jill Wallace. Spouse of incoming commander, Miss Sherry Hardiman. Leadership from the 86th Airlift Wing, representing the command chief, Chief Master Sergeant Rex Panting and his wife, Captain Regina Panting, and the vice commander, Miss Renee Fisher. 65th Air Base Group leadership, the deputy commander, Lieutenant Colonel Sean Littleton and his spouse, Kate. The senior enlisted leader, Chief Master Sergeant Matthew Pease and his wife, Christy. Also joining us today are many host nation officials. The mayor of the city of Praia da Victoria, the mayor of the city of Angra do Heroísmo, Commander Azores Air Zone, Commander Air Base 4. We would also like to thank all of we also like to thank all the team members from the 86th Airlift Wing for taking the time to travel to Lajes for today's event. We also welcome all other host nation representatives, senior officers, commanders, directors, chiefs, first sergeants, friends, family, and the men and women of the 65th Air Base Group. Thank you for attending. The tradition of the change of command dates back to the time of the Roman legions, where the passing of the commander's baton occurred in front of the troops to signify the leader who would take them into battle. In the 18th century, the Continental Army of the United States resumed the tradition, conducting the first change of command ceremony. Historically, the flag or colors of a unit served as the point around which the members of the organization rallied as they moved forward into battle. The colors have traditionally been at the side of the commander and were carried forward even when the commander fell in combat. All others may perish, but the colors live on. Just like the colors of the past, the modern-day guidon represents the history, traditions, and accomplishments of the 65th Air Base Group. The exchange of the guidon is a symbolic gesture which provides airmen with a tangible view of the transfer of command responsibility for not only the accomplishments of the 65th Air Base Group mission, but also the welfare of its airmen. The senior non-commissioned officer of the organization is traditionally responsible for maintenance and care of the colors, and so today, Chief Master Sergeant Pease will pass the group guidon to the outgoing commander, Colonel Wallace, signifying the group's appreciation for his leadership and guidance. Colonel Wallace will then pass the guidon to Brigadier General Jones, signifying the relinquishing of his command and gratitude for the opportunity to lead airmen. General Jones will then pass the flag to the incoming commander, Colonel Hardiman, entrusting him with the responsibility and care of the unit. Finally, Colonel Hardiman will pass the guidon back to Chief Pease, signifying his trust and confidence in the leaders and the airmen of the group. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and the playing of ruffles and flourishes. Please remain standing for the Portuguese and American national anthems, followed by the invocation. Chaplain Thomas West will now give the invocation.
If you'd like, please pray with me. Almighty God, this day we thank you for the presence of strong and competent leadership. We're grateful for those who are willing to take such a heavy burden for all of us upon their shoulders. However, we also recognize that leadership comes in seasons. It is for this reason today that we're thankful for the faithful service of Colonel William Wallace. We're grateful for his guidance and expertise as the 65th Air Base Group Commander. His outstanding leadership and faithful devotion to the service of his country has been a model for his airmen and his peers. As it was written in the Psalms long ago, a man of this character is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yield its fruits in seasons and whose leaves do not wither. Whatever they do, they prosper. We ask for your continued guidance for Colonel Wallace and Jill as they make this transition to the next assignment, and that this new chapter in their lives will be full of joy and happiness. May you continue to bless the Wallace family all the days of their lives. And likewise, we ask for grace and guidance for Colonel Hardiman as he assumes command of the 65th. We're also thankful for his years of dedication to the United States Air Force, and we look forward to a continued tradition of excellence under his leadership. May his command here be marked by wisdom, vision, and a care for his people. We pray for peace as well for Sherry as she supports Colonel Hardiman and the airmen and the civilians of the 65th Air Base Group. And now, today, as we remember past accomplishments and look forward to future achievements, may you continue to bless all of us here at Lajes Air Base and both of our great nations. In your holy name, amen.
Thank you, Chaplain West. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce our presiding officer for today's ceremony, Brigadier General Otis C. Jones.
Good morning. What an amazing day for the 86th Airlift Wing and the 65th Air Base Group. It is absolutely an honor to be with you here this morning. And as we get to say goodbye to one outstanding leader and give a warm welcome to another, I'd like to welcome our distinguished guests, all mayors, general officers, commanders, civic and community leaders, all that have assembled here today. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to join us for this momentous occasion. And thank you for your enduring partnership and for allowing us to share your beautiful island, this installation, and our most critical mission. A special thanks to the team that made this day possible. Master Sergeant Ledford and Master Sergeant Black, thank you for all the hard work you've been putting into this event. Chaplain West, thank you for your inspiring words. Senior Airman Vaughn, appreciate you narrating today's ceremony. Thank you also to our protocol team, the music coordinator, and all others who have been involved in the engagement we've had the benefit of sharing over the last couple of days. Teammates, we greatly appreciate the time and effort each of you put into making this such a special occasion. Today's 65th Air Base Group Change of Command is an important tradition as it allows our airmen to see the passing of the guidon and change of responsibility between two senior leaders. It also provides us with an invaluable opportunity for our greater command to fly the team down here and reflect upon how important our Air Base Group teammates are. Airmen of the 65th, USAFE, 3rd Air Force, and the 86th Airlift Wing could not be prouder of the heavy lifting you are doing across Portugal and Spain. I know your families who will watch this online are immensely proud of you too. I want to say a special thanks to them for their sacrifices. Thank you for lending your loved ones to us for this short period of time and holding the fort down at home. Despite challenges presented by COVID, natural disasters, and mobility retasking, this group has kept the transatlantic air bridge open. You've upheld overseas partnerships that are the very backbone of our alliances. Host to the theater's longest runway and the largest fuel depot, you supported 18,900 flights and delivered 36 million gallons of fuel. Simply put, unbelievable. You showcase why we are the global gateway. It's because of our logistical support to global reach and strike capabilities and our functional commitment to a stabilized European region. Braveheart. Teams can win games with great players, but it takes those same great players, a sprinkle of some key role players, and a great coach to win a championship. And guess what? You've been that great coach for this team. You have been vital to the missions of 7 combatant commands and our allies. There's no doubt that the apple doesn't fall from the tree, and that Kathy and William, who are incredibly proud of you, as you carry on the family's military service. I'm sorry your parents and Derek couldn't be here to share in this momentous event, but hopefully they'll be able to watch this later and reflect on the outstanding job you've done over this past year. And Jill, I know it's been a hard year, and it may have felt much longer than it's been, but for you and the extended Wallace family, please accept my heartfelt thanks for sharing your husband, father, and son with us. His performance in the defense of our country has been exceptional, and our team is better because of him. Thank you for supporting him from halfway around the world. Braveheart, your command is marked by multifaceted wins, requirements reboot for multi-capable airmen, rebuilding host nation relationships, and even achieving the first operational refueling for international receivers. You truly embrace every aspect of your mission, our mission, and thanks for your selfless service and dedication to our great nation, our Department of the Air Force, and our wing. And thank you for your leadership. I'm proud of you and wish you blue skies and calm winds as you begin the next chapter of your career in D.C. I hope our paths cross again soon. Colonel Hardeman, 20. Braveheart and the team have set the bar incredibly high, but judging by your records and by the brief conversations we've been able to have over the last couple of days, I know you are up for the challenge. Thanks to Donna, James, and Roger for instilling in you a tremendous work ethic, the passion for selfless service, and more importantly, the commitment to excellence and to the dedication to our great nation. We are excited to have you joining the Global Gateway team. Sherry, as you and Boeing courageously step forward into this unaccompanied assignment, there are no words to faithfully show our gratitude. Please know that we are here for you and your family. Thank you for your continued sacrifice. 20, I'm sure your children, Brian, Jessica, Zachary, and Jacob, will be cheering from the East and West Coast as they see you take the guide on. Very soon, you will have a daunting task and responsibility. You'll have to mentor, you have to coach, and lead our most coveted treasure, our nation's sons and daughters. I have complete trust in you, and I have the confidence that you'll do the right thing for our airmen. Your experience has more than prepared you for this opportunity. You have inherited an incredible team that is lean and lethal. The 86th Command Team, Chief Kelly and I stand ready to help in any way that we can. Your airmen are ready to follow your lead. Now, to the 65th Air Base Group. Chief Kelly and I are excited and proud of the fantastic work that you do every day. I have one last charge for you. Continue on your path of excellence. Continue to seek new and innovative ways to accomplish your mission. Do it with speed, do it with precision, and do it with a keen eye towards safety. Take care of yourself and each other. Continue to grow as individuals and as a team. Learn and be accountable through your success and challenges, and keep your critical minds disciplined and sharp. Just as iron sharpens iron, airmen sharpen airmen. You are the foundation to accelerating change as we turn the page of this leadership chapter for the 65th Air Base Group. You have your new coach, you have your role players, and you have your superstars. Everyone contributes, and this is and will continue to be a championship team. Braveheart 20, thank you both for your leadership. 65th Air Base Group, continue the mission. Thank you.
Thank you, General Jones. At this time, we would like to invite the commander, Air Base 4, to the stage to present Colonel Wallace a special gift.
Braveheart. I would like to thank you for these periods, especially on the professional level, when we could solve in our daily issues in the professional and operational level everything, but also in the social level, when you, with your men and wife and women, had a small taste of the Portuguese culture, but also the Portuguese had a taste of the American culture. But especially I would like to highlight what we have been doing in the professional level, saving more than one life per day in Azores. Well done. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best.
We would now like to invite the commander, Azores Air Zone, to the stage for a special medal presentation. Colonel Wallace, would you please come forward? Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the medal presentation. I hereby express the recognition of Colonel William M. Wallace for the competent and committed way in which he carried out his duties as commander of the 65th Air Base Group, 65 ABG, in close collaboration and cooperation with the Headquarters Azores Air Zone Command has and the Air Base Number 4, AB4. Colonel Wallace is a very respectful person who addressed all matters with such a straightforwardness, a positive attitude, and a strong will that led to the implementation of measures that allowed better performance for both U.S. and Portuguese commands. His proactive attitude of cooperation, way of addressing the issues, honest interpretation of his duties, allowed a friendly atmosphere between the members of both forces, and no doubt contributed to the execution of the mission while safeguarding the Air Force's specificities. Besides the normal daily work, the 65 ABG provided support whenever it was requested, either by providing accommodation and other logistical support on several important events such as the Atlantic Center courses, or by providing swift answers to the last-minute requests from the Portuguese Air Force in order to support our detachments, or relevant activities such as the Community Appreciation Day. The professionalism, competence, availability, and even friendship of Colonel Wallace allowed concrete results from the 65 ABG that resulted in improved performance of the HAS and Air Base 4, moreover, in the services shared between both air forces. It is also important to mention that Colonel Wallace's commanding duties occurred during the COVID-19 pandemic situation, a worldwide challenge not seen in more than a century. Nevertheless, his ability to coordinate strategies and promote solutions with the same criteria for both forces further reinforce the commitment for full cooperation between the two commands, enhancing the image of a real partnership. And this image has a very positive reflection even outside the fences of Lajes Air Base. With the progressive opening of the social activity, the 65 Air Base Group promoted several events that strengthened the relations between both teams and the surrounding community. The 65 Air Base Group followed the enthusiasm of the leader and eagerly participated on those events, motivating all around to join. Colonel William M. Wallace was up to the challenge of respecting the more than 75-year legacy of sharing and standing for common and fundamental values, and therefore was the man on the field that allowed this legacy to continue. Given all mentioned above reflecting the competent and committed mode he cooperated with the HAS and Air Base 4, it is fair to publicly acknowledge Colonel William M. Wallace for his qualities and talents and persistent affirmation of loyalty, generosity, and competence demonstrated during his command. The Headquarters Azores Air Zone Commander, Brigadier General João Gonçalves.
also a small gift is more a kind of a personal one. Because, as mentioned in those words, more than the professional, I think you have also a very good personal cooperation with us. So I'm honored to give you the symbol of the power that I have as being as commander. So you'll have it as a gift for you to remember the exceptional relationship that we could create among us. Thank you so much. And now break protocol. Now I give you a
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the medal presentation.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. Citation to accompany the award of Legion of Merit, 1st Oak Leaf Cluster, has been awarded to Colonel William M. Wallace. Colonel William M. Wallace distinguished himself by exceptionally meritorious conduct in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Commander, 65th Air Base Group, 86th Airlift Wing, Lajes Field, Azores, Portugal, from 23 July 2021 to 19 August 2022. Colonel Wallace superbly led 1,100 military, civilian, local national, and contractor airmen at Lajes Field, Portugal, and Morón Air Base, Spain. His group supported Operation Juniper Micron, the North Africa Response Force, and defense missions for the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. He directed all the operations and support for 2 key power projecting platforms on the Atlantic Air Bridge, which include the theater's longest runway and largest fuel depot. In addition, he provided strategic high-frequency global communications and weather data to warfighters, propelled 18,900 flights, and provided 36 million gallons of fuel to 7 combatant commands. He ensured his airmen fully integrated the group's capabilities with Portuguese and Spanish air forces, which was demonstrated when he gained approval for the KC-46A refueling of the Spanish EF-18 fighters, its first operational refueling of international receivers. Additionally, his team supported 388 Portuguese Air Force search and rescue alerts, saving 465 lives. Furthermore, Colonel Wallace drove requirement reboots focused on building multi-capable airmen, supporting agile combat employment, repairing host nation relations, defining Lajes security forces standards, and reducing mission stress at Morón. Moreover, Colonel Wallace proposed a new Lajes district plan through the Portuguese Air Staff and Ministry of Defense that drafted a proposal to cut technical commission project approval time in half and solved a 2-year labor committee stalemate in only 2 weeks. Finally, during Operation Allies Refuge, he commanded a team of 1,200 interdepartmental personnel, provided 2 air bases for Afghan travelers, and integrated efforts at a 3rd location, ultimately supporting the largest non-combatant evacuation operation in United States history. The superior initiative, outstanding leadership, and personal endeavor displayed by Colonel Wallace reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Signed, Derek France, Major General, United States Air Force. Thank you, General Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce the Commander, 65th Air Base Group, Colonel William M. Wallace.
See if I can not break this one more time. All right, good. Well, thanks, everybody. Bienvenidos, señoras y señores. Welcome, everyone, both live and in person. We are attempting to stream this live, so I have to make sure that I keep it G-rated so we don't have to go back and make Pablo edit everything out again. To all of our distinguished visitors, thank you for taking the time out of your day and visiting the 65th Air Base Group in Lajes Field. It was a pleasure to work with you, but it's also a pleasure to see everybody together again. Last year, about this time, everybody had masks on, and I think we had everybody spread out, and it's definitely better to be able to see everybody. And thank you to our 86 Airlift Wing team. General Jones, thank you for bringing almost the entire wing to Lajes Field. It's quite the feat, but it was definitely good for our team to interact with everybody and be able to see you and be able to tell you about our mission. This is a speech. It's not about me. It's about a lot of thank yous and about a lot of what our airmen have done. From our leadership, USAFE, the wing, and the groups, not just working with everybody, but everybody had a lot of trust in me to be able to come lead this team and hopefully not mess it up. So to General Hurrigan, who's now departed, General Reed, General Olson, thank you for having the trust in me to do this job. General Jones, I know we didn't get to work very long together, but thank you for having trust in me from afar. I know that takes a lot of trust to look through teams and trust the other people on the other side, especially. I probably don't sound very much like a leader, but hopefully you definitely had trust in us. My fellow group commanders, group senior enlisted leaders, and Team Ramstein, I've never worked with a group of people that are mission focused and just want to get things done. Most of the time when I was a squadron commander or an operations officer, everybody competed with each other. It was ruthless, cutthroat, and we did not have any of that. Every time I turned around or we tried to help each other or say something, it was always about how can we get things done, and I appreciate that. So please, hopefully that will continue with Colonel Hardiman, because that definitely makes the job easy, but it also makes it fun. I had a great relationship with everybody. To our embassy team on both the Spanish and the Portuguese side, our consulate, ODC, again, same relationship. It makes this job easy when you have great leaders and people that want to get things done. They're cordial and they're just worried about executing. So thank you. To the HAS, to General Pereira and now General Gonsalves. Speedy, you definitely have earned your call sign. I've never worked with a person that is so excited about the mission and so excited about airmen and gets things done with authority and with speed. If I asked General Gonsalves for support on something or what his opinion was, he not only thought about it, was ready to answer in a minute, and he would turn around after I left and call the Portuguese Chief of Staff of the Air Force, like immediately. So he definitely had more than had our back. He definitely had a great partnership with us, and it was definitely evident by the things we were able to get done. Thank you, sir. Airbase Forward, to my compatriot, my partner in crime, or partner in operations. We didn't do any crimes. Officially, no official crimes. It was great to be able to work with you, work for you, and to be a great friend. Thank you for teaching me about Portugal. Thank you for teaching me about friendship. And we were able, like you said, to flatten all the problems, to get things done and do them very quickly so that our airmen actually could work together instead of work parallel in an opposite side. So thank you. I appreciate it. Good luck in your upcoming change of command and your general officer course. You better get on those books. Our Portuguese Army, Navy, port captain, local police, no matter who our Portuguese partners are that we interact with, everybody comes with a smile. Everybody comes with the team mentality. And it was great to interact, as Colonel Ozanier said, in both the social and the professional aspects. I've learned a lot, and you could definitely see the team atmosphere, whether it's Portugal mainland, whether it's the Azores, no matter what it was, everybody was always willing to jump in. To Ala Once online, Colonel Ambel, it was a great partnership with him as well and his team, and you couldn't have asked for better friends and better operating partners. To our local mayors, the Mayor of Praia and Mayor Anger, thank you for your grace in dealing with me. We're a little bit, I'm a seeing there, guys. We're a little bit clunky, a little bit not so polished. You'll get a better polished leader here in Colonel Hardiman. But thank you very much for working with providing a great home for our airmen, Praia and Angra in this island, both in Terceira and the community of Morone. This has been our home, my home for a year, and thank you for welcoming us and continuing to support us and work with us. Team 6-5, that you've been my family and our working partners for the last year. Thank you for what you've done. A lot of times you were probably either confused or just outright dumbfounded when we would say something and say, we're going to do this, but you did it. Everybody always stepped up and got it done. So thank you. To my family, both online and here, thanks for supporting me and always being excited about what I'm doing and what we needed to do in this job. Jill and Derek, I'm glad that you were able to come a couple of times and actually be able to be out here. So it wasn't just, they were convinced I was at adult summer camp. So every time I'd post something online, I got to do firefighters or go fly or do something like, you're just at adult summer camp. That's what you're doing right now. You're in Spain, you're in Portugal, you're doing all this fun stuff. So, but they actually got to come see the mission. To my mom and dad and to Pete and Evelyn, thanks for supporting me while we're out here and helping to support Jill and Derek while I was out of town. Sergeant Ledford and Sergeant Black, this has been a huge lift, not just the immersion, not just the ceremonies, but the change of command and putting the demands and all the work involved with 206s. I know it's been tough, and I know between those guys going on leave, I know they're definitely going to breathe a huge sigh of relief when this thing is completely done. But thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it. All right. To our airmen, a 65th Air Base group and our mission partners, this group is about airmen, power, and partners. Everything that has happened and everything you heard in all those decorations is not me. It's our airmen that got it done. All airmen, whether military, civilian, local, national, contractors, or airmen are what drives this group. The power that you projected and the power that you executed, whether it's Cornets, KC-46 ECE, the first international air-to-air refueling, they have made that happen. I didn't do that. I just had to push it a little bit and get Air Mobility Command to accept the idea. To our partners, we worked, as General Gonsalves and Colonel Azanira said, we made new concept of operations, standard operating procedures. We shared procedures with each other to make sure that we can make each other better. Merging with the Spanish Air Force and the Portuguese Air Force on joint patrols and working on upcoming fuel training and things to make our mission tighter and actually interoperable. To leadership, I've had the best squadron commander teams and senior enlisted leaders from our side, the group command staff, front office staff. My wingman over there holding the guide on, looking straight, solid like a defender should. Our first sergeants, our deputy commanders, everybody just worked well together and absolutely crushed it. And so it's a lot of things that are written down for me, but it was a pleasure to work with everybody and be part of this team. Our relationships are what I'm going to take away most about this job, not just in the job, but the personal and professional relationships. It's just, I've made so many friends and so many acquaintances. It's actually very humbling and I'm very honored to take this in just a year, just how much, I think it was actually Mark next that said, how much the world has changed in the last year is just, I'll just call it crazy. That's what I say. The execution, yes, the airmen of Team 6-5, they do it. And hopefully you'll work just as hard for Colonel Hardiman. Brian and Sherry, you're inheriting a great team. I know that based on, it's very eerie how similar Colonel Hardiman are and I are, so there won't be a ton of change, down to our love of sticky notes. So I know that you're ready to step in and take over this role, but I know you're going to do a much better job. Sherry, you're going to be able to go between Portugal and Spain and help support our airmen and our spouses and our families. So thank you for doing that in advance. All said, teammates, it was my honor to get to wear this pin again for you. Foi uma grande honra ter sido o comandante da Voz Aérea e do Grupo 65. Muchas gracias, muito obrigado. Truly, thank you. And if you're looking for the next 2-year commander for Lajes Field, Team Wallace is ready to come back.
Sir, your flower.
Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Wallace. Please stand for the change of command. Attention to orders. 86th Airlift Wing, United States Air Forces in Europe, Ramstein, Germany. Under the provisions of the Air Force Instruction 51-509, and in accordance with Special Order Number G-22-48, and dated 26 July 2022, Colonel Brian L. Hardiman is hereby appointed Commander of the 65th Air Base Group, effective 19 August 2022. Signed, Brigadier General Otis C. Jones, United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, I am pleased to introduce the new commander of the 65th Air Base Group, Colonel Brian L. Hardiman.
Thank you very much, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank all who made this incredible ceremony possible, for making this time-honored military tradition very special for Team Wallace and Team Hardiman. We really do appreciate it. Thank you, Brigadier General Jones, for the privilege and the honor in serving as the commander of the 65th Air Base Group. I would like to thank the senior leaders for their trust and confidence in selecting me to lead this critical group at a time when regional and near-peer threats pose increasingly serious challenges to the international community and to our own national security. Leading the 65th Air Base Group is a significant responsibility, and I pledge that I will do this and devote my full energy and focus to the job. I would like to thank all my teammates from Ramstein for taking the time out of their busy schedules to come to Lajes for this special occasion. Appreciate it. I would like to recognize a few friends and our host nation partners. The Principal Officer of the U.S. Consulate in Ponta Delgada, Ms. Meg Campbell. Thank you for being here. The Mayor of Praia, Senora Veniana Ferreira, apologies. The Mayor of Angra, Senor Jose Meneses. Commander, Azores Air Zone, Brigadier General Gonçalves. Commander, Air Base 4, Colonel Azeneta. Chief of Staff, Colonel Pachau. And from the U.S. Embassy in Lisbon, Colonel Bernard. We sincerely appreciate the support you provided to the members of the 6-5 in the past, and I look forward to working with you and together with our nations. In the coming weeks and months, I'm excited to travel to mainland Portugal and Spain to continue to build upon the exceptional personal relationships that Colonel Wallace and our predecessors developed and nurtured over time. Undeniably, the power and the strength of the 65th Air Base Group and USAFE is derived from its sustained partnerships with host nation partners. This is best represented by the fact that our host nation partners are seamlessly integrated into the group. Brigadier General Gonçalves, Colonel Enzadier, thank you again for joining us today, and thank you for being excellent mission partners. I look forward to closely working with you and my fellow group commanders, chiefs, and senior enlisted leaders. To all of Sherry's and my new friends here at Lajes, we are so excited to be here. I want to thank you for the unwavering support you have given to our military members and their families. These patriots are motivated by duty, honor, and a call to service. So thank you very much for supporting them, and recognizing the invaluable role that play in safeguarding our nation and our way of life. We look forward to the mission ahead and becoming a part of the phenomenal Azorean and Spanish communities. To my wife, Sherry, you are the love of my life, and I certainly would not be here without your unwavering love. Whew, I'm not going to do it. You have been an incredible support for me, and I wouldn't know what to do without you, and I'm grateful we're here together doing this. Thank you. Team Wallace, it's so exciting to share this stage with you on this day. We know that you and Jill put your heart and soul into your time in command because that's just how you are. Braveheart, thank you for your outstanding leadership. You've guided the 6-5 to such high levels of excellence. Your commitment to the wing, group, and our partners has just been phenomenal. And I appreciate the flight path that you've left me with. Thank you very much. As previously mentioned, the world is more dangerous and our way of life is increasingly vulnerable to a vast array of evolving threats. Threats in every domain we operate in. Threats are becoming more diffuse and less attributable. We face an increasingly complex security environment. We can reflect on the sound words spoken by President Kennedy when he said, "Our problems are man-made, and therefore they must be solved by man. No problem of human destiny is beyond human beings." With linkages in our cultures, our prosperity, and our security, the quality and scope of cooperation between the United States and Portugal is awesome and high. With shared interests, history, and most importantly, a shared future, our robust security relationships are paramount to addressing an evolving security landscape and transnational threats. With our Portuguese partners, I appreciate our long storied history of cooperation, especially our continuous engagement over the last 80 years. Our relationship is a symbol of trust and confidence between the United States and Portugal. Truly, it is a unique and special relationship, and I'm proud to be a part of it. Let me end by saying how much I appreciate the opportunity to continue to serve alongside the world's best airmen, host nation partners, civilians, and their families. You are tremendous humans, and I appreciate and thank you for your hard work and dedication to the countries and our mission. I'm truly excited to execute our mission with you and alongside of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Hardiman. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Air Force song and remain in place for the departure of the official party. This concludes today's ceremony. Please join us for a reception down the stairs in the event room as we welcome our new commander, Colonel Hardiman. Thank you for attending, and we wish you a pleasant day.